Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Childhood Finds, and thank you for joining me for another What Sold today. The intro topic is we're going to be a little heavier, so what I'm going to do is put a timestamp right here of where you should skip to if you just want to see the What Solds, because it's going to be heavier what I'm talking about. But I'm just talking about it because I think it's something that everyone eventually is going to go through, or is going through, or has gone through. So it's just something I want to get out, and also to explain why I am not doing my upload schedule I typically do on YouTube, and why I have not met my goals in my business this week on everything. So what we're talking about is we're going to talk about grief and being self-employed full-time, or even part-time reselling. This encompasses, I think, everybody, because it affects everyone, and it's grief affecting that and getting through it. I'm not going to tell you all of my story right now. I am just going to say that I am going through something I did not expect to go through for hopefully many years, was the desire, and it's affecting me completely, and it's affecting me very, very hard. And I'm having to say goodbye to someone that means everything to me, more than everything to me. And I am not talking about this to gain sympathy or anything like that. I am talking about it just because I really feel it's just something that us as humans, we tend to push under the rug. I do. I am a person that essentially turtles when things are difficult and hard, and I go into a shell and I don't come out of it because I don't want to burden others with it. So I'm using this video to tell you that it's okay if you need to take a breather, and it's okay to take a moment to give yourself a grace period. Because I track what I do in a week for my work, because finding motivation is hard as it is when you're self-employed. But when you add on grief, it is almost impossible. It's like running through tar. And I did half of what I typically do, which I'm actually surprised I even did half, quite frankly. I didn't do my other YouTube video that I had promised everyone, and I apologize for that. I also have not been responding to comments like I like to do, so please know if you're watching this and I have not responded to you, I will. I absolutely will, because I respect all of your guys' time and value all of the comments. I have a capacity that I've been reaching, and I haven't been able to handle it at the moment. So I'm going to lose my train of thought, but just all I can continue to reiterate is it's okay to take a break. It is hard for me to take a break. It is nearly impossible for me to take a break because, one, I do need the money, so that's a hard thing to say. And it's difficult this week because on top of all this, we finally got a place to live. Go figure. Found out we had that on the same day I found out the other bad stuff. So it's good and bad this week, but we are somehow going to have to move during all of this upheaval. So I'm already tired thinking about it. I'm already tired and exhausted from the week previously. So I may not get to my regular video schedule for a little bit. I don't imagine I will have a What Sold for next week, because I'm probably going to shut down my store on Thursday so that I can pack it and we can move it Saturday. And that's the idea. And I'm hoping to have my store down as little time as possible, because again, I need it to run. I need this business to run because it's been running so poorly the last month or so. I need the money because it's expensive to move, guys. So I will be trying to get that up and running as quickly as possible, but I will maybe try to do some videos about moving in and setting things up if I have time. I know we're going to be just trying to move as fast as possible so that I can take care of the other things I need to, but we'll see. I'll see what I can do, because I do want to continue providing the content I have been on YouTube for everyone, because I enjoy it and I enjoy sharing with you guys. So thank you for listening to all that. We're going to go ahead and get started on What Sold. Sales are meh this week, but I don't blame it on anything other than I haven't been working as hard as I should at my business. So the fact that I have a decent amount of sales to show you is a win. It's not a bunch of high dollar ones. It's a lot of bread and butter, but it's something to share. And I am going to try to work on my flatware video that I had promised today and tomorrow in hopes I can get that up during midweek. I will do my best to. And other than that, thank you guys for always joining and supporting me. And let's move forward to some what solds. So this first one, I actually picked it up quite cheap at a garage sale. It's always interesting to me to see the things that people value, because other things I grabbed, they priced up pretty high, but then I grabbed this Dutch oven and they're like, how about $1? So it's always interesting to me to see what people value. And this is a cast iron flame orange enamel Le Creuset round Dutch oven. And it's a large one, a 7.25 quart or G. And I put reed because this one had some condition issues just in the, let me see if I can show you the inside. So a little bit of chipping in the enamel on the outside. And then inside you can tell it's been used. It actually looks way better than it did. So I used a baking soda paste on this and the lid, because the lid actually looked that dirty before I cleaned it, and then turned out quite clean after the baking soda paste. So that was definitely worth it to do, because it wasn't, I'm not gonna super try to deep clean these. I wanna leave that to the buyer of how they wanna do so. But the baking soda one was a nice kind of non-abrasive, easy thing to do. And it definitely made me some more money, because this is a massive improvement than what it looked like before. I don't think I took a before picture, which I should have, but it definitely paid off. I took a best offer of $150 on this item. And this is a brass enamel picture painting display stand, bamboo style, 9.25 inches. And you will notice, so this week, not yet, but I put a 15% off on my discount on my store, and my prices, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, excuse me. I put a discount on my store, and my prices are already typically low depending on the item. And so I've had a lot of flow offers, like amazing amount, guys, because they figure if you're putting off 15%, what's another 50? So the offers I've gotten are much lower than typical. I've taken a few low offers to get things moving, but I have kind of ignored some. But it's drummed up some sales. I am just like, you know what? Every time I get an offer, I'm like, if I could take that and make money and then I don't have to move it, I think I should take it. So that's been the mindset. But this one I took 20 on, and I paid $2 at a thrift store, and it sold in less than a couple days. This I've had quite a while. It was $2 at an estate sale where I bought a whole bunch of others like it. And it's a lens coat neoprene cover for Canon, Realtree camo. And guys, this thing is this is what it is. Just this piece here. That is all they paid $40 for. That does amaze me. But it sold, buyers happy. This I listed very recently, and it sold within, I think, I showed it in a haul video, I believe, and it sold within a week, I think, of listing. And it's a Helen of Troy 5/8 inch gold-plated professional series curling iron even high heat. Sold for the full asking of $34.95. And I paid, I believe it's about, yeah, I paid $1 for that, or less. This I've had listed for quite a while. I picked it up with a bunch of other amazing books in a haul video long ago, I think at least 6 to 8 months ago. And so paid $1, and it's Stevens Mechanical Catechisms, $18.99 antique book, practical knowledge, sold for a best offer of $20, which I'm totally fine with. Here's some silverware. So I sold this one, Sears Lakewood Traditions USA, set of 6 salad forks. I put Oneida pattern too. I do believe this was Oneida, and then Sears just took this and put their name on it, or took their Traditions name on it. I'm not top positive, but this is an Oneida pattern, 100%. So I put that in there, and this sold for $15. And then they also bought these 3 dinner forks as well for full asking of $12.95. So that was a good little bulk, or not bulk, but combo buy. I've had a few like that this week that was nice. And these are just a set of 3 dinner forks. And then in my flat video, I have worked on it a little this week. I am trying to show how you find these patterns easily. And this game is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. board game, Ideal 1965, complete vintage. This sold for full asking of $21.95. I paid $5 for this, but I paid $5 each for a lot of board games, and others have been $60, $50. So even though I didn't make a ton on this, I've made a lot on the others. This is a Disney Pin Muppets Miss Piggy Purple Gown 2005 Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. I picked this up in November, I believe, and it's been listed for a few months, but I took a best offer of $17, and I have maybe a quarter into this. These have been listed quite a long time, but I paid about $1 for these at a church rummage sale probably 8 to 10 months ago, and they're Men 4832 Duluth Trading Flex Ballroom Weekender Relaxed Fit Jeans, new. I took these when I very first started kind of doing clothing, so absolutely I should have done better pictures. I should have just took them out of the darn bag because they still have tags on them. So there's things I should have done better for this that would have made them sell quicker. Did I say $25 I took? I took $25. And this lot and the next lot also went to the same buyer. And this is a National Stainless Japan Malta Salad Forks, 6.5 inch, lot of 2. And so they bought this one and this lot of place spoons for $21 total, which is a little less than I had them listed for. But again, it's moving stuff and making money. And these are National Stainless Japan Malta soup place spoons, lot of 5. But still, that's 7 pieces of silverware going out for $21. That's great. I paid like nothing for them. Oh, that's weird how it did that. Okay, there we go. Now nope, picture's gonna stay weird. Okay, this is an antique ornate brass easel back stand-up frame with mirror. Took a best offer of $28, and I bought it for $2 at a thrift store. And it sold, it's probably been 3 or 4 months. Then we have Voyager Outlander Series 1994 first edition second printing by Diana Gabaldon, and this sold for $24. And I have to tell a little tidbit because it did make me smile this week. I went to one estate sale that I just happened to see while I was out doing stuff, and there's a reseller that I see, and he's kind of that person that blocks people, and he will block an area and then look up every single item, and then he will allow people to see his scraps. And it's not that he takes a little area, it's that he expands and is kind of rude about it. And so this time I was a little over it because of what I'm going through this week, so I was over it. I'm a little sassy. I'm a sassy human, and when I am struggling, I am extra sassy. And so he started to like rummage through books and throw them around, so I just yoinked this one out before he saw it. And he wasn't looking at these anyway. He wasn't looking at the Diana Gabaldon books anyway, so I don't really feel bad. He was throwing them to the side. And then I found the Dragonfly and Amber one, that's the second one, first printing. And so I yoinked that out before he could even look at it, just in case he tiny bit knew what it was, but he looks up everything, so I didn't think he did. And so I got that, and it's not in great condition, but it's still like a $60 to $70 payday, so I'm excited. But there's my sassy moment of the week because I was over it. I am over dealing with some resellers that are kind of rude and inconsiderate. I totally respect you looking up everything at a sale, but you need to go to the side and you need to not take up a whole giant area and try to block people with your bags because it's rude. So that being all said, this one I picked up at the big estate sales that I went to last year and paid about $1 for it, and it sold for $24. Took some time because of the second printing, but I don't mind waiting. And then this book and the next book also went to the same buyer. I really love having a couple things go to the same buyer. It's great to have people looking through your store and finding multiple items. And I always, even though most of these people purchased it outright without saying anything to me, I always try to go and refund what I can on shipping, even if they don't ask for it, just as a thank you for buying multiple items from me. And this is Dune, the Battle of Corinne, Brian Herbert, and Anderson first edition, first printing, $10.16, paid $1 for this. And then they also bought this one. I got free from my grandmother, and it's a Sydney Sheldon Morning, Noon, and Night, 1995, signed, first edition, first printing, sold for the sale price of $21.21. So a decent little sale of 2 books together, over $30 to the same buyer. Then we have these vintage Levi's jeans, men's, 36-32 corduroy, 569 loose straight pants, Reed, and I think I took a best offer of $21. Pretty sure $21, and I remember buying these for $5 actually in the stay sale, so not great. But they've been in the death pile for a long time, and they only took a week or so to sell, and the picture stinks. I am excited. I am having my partner make me a clothing setup for the next house, so my clothing pictures, guys, are gonna look like a real professional did them eventually. Then we have this guy. This guy took over a year to sell, but he sold for $33.11, and it's a vintage Chosen International plush gray realistic bunny rabbit with floppy ears, 12 inches. Adorable. He's really, really cute, but it took a year to sell. I paid $1 for this at a thrift store, and I don't mind that it took that long because it's $33 for a plush. It was so easy to ship. Then this took forever to sell. I have no recollection of buying this. I just know it was in my possession for quite a while. And I know that I didn't pay much for it. That's the only thing I can kind of grab, is I know I didn't pay very much. So it was less than $5, 100%, but don't know where it came from. And it's a brass wall sconce candle holder, koi fish, Maltese dolphin, no mirror. And it sold for a best offer of $45, and I was happy to get it going right now, so I did not have to move it again, because I think I've moved it at least 2 times. I didn't need it to be a 3rd. And hopefully this next place is we're gonna stay put for a while, so I won't have to keep moving inventory, because guys, that's what they don't talk about with full-time reselling, is if you have to move, it sucks. I think I have more to move with my eBay than that we own, because I am very much a purger of my own stuff. I'm just like, I don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. So I think I have more eBay stuff than life stuff. So yes, it definitely adds on. And again, I still plan to do a video about being a full-time reseller, pros, cons, etc. I'll talk about that then too. And this I've had forever. This is a Starbucks Orlando You Are Here collection coffee mug with box, 14 ounce. I paid $1 for this at a yard sale. Sold for $11. It's fine. This I bought for $2 at a thrift store, and it's a Pandemic Iberia board game Z-Man limited collector's edition, complete. Sold for the sale price of $23.76. Has been listed probably a month or 2. These have been listed forever. These have been listed near the beginning of me selling clothes, so 8 to 10 months, so could be longer, absolutely. It could be the Chosen Bunny at a year, so could be longer. And this is Miss Me women's denim shorts, size 27, distressed rhinestone embellishments. Sold for a best offer of $12. Paid probably $1 for these at a yard sale. This I was surprised by. So a person came in and bought 5 of these pins. I think I actually had more, but all I had was 5 in stock, so I'll see if I have any more left. But they're 1968 American Independent Party Wallace Presidential Campaign third-party pinback. I don't know why they need 5 of them, but they bought 5 of them for $25, so I am super stoked about that. And then I'll see if I have any more, and see if they want some more of them. This guy I picked up at a thrift store recently for $1, and it's a Billabong Koala Bear Genuine Kangaroo Fur Australia 6-inch vintage Reed. Cute little thing, kind of interesting. It was kind of weirdly made, but it's definitely vintage. It's from the 70s, I believe. And did I say it sold for best offer 19? My brain's not there right now. 19. Paid $1. This I've had a little bit. It stayed in the death pile for a long time, and it's been listed for about 2 months, I think. And it's a Patricia Nash women's Italian leather tote bag purse, light tan. Read description, because it wasn't in perfect condition by any means, but still usable 100%. Still has lots of life left, but it is not off the factory floor. And I took best offer of $37 for this, which again was quite This was lower than I wanted to take for this purse, but it's something big and it's moving, so yay. And I paid a couple dollars for this at a yard sale. I bought this at a thrift store, I believe, for $1.99, and it sold for $30. It's a KJV Study Bible, large print, thumb index, brown, teal, red letter, King James. Sold pretty quickly, a month or so. Oops. And these I just picked up for $10. They did not sell for as much as I would have liked. I just took the offer to get them going because they're bigger, one less thing I have to move. And I took $35 for these men's Dingo square toe cowboy biker work brown boots, size 8.5. And 35, 10 into 35, so okay, I still made money. And then I just have 2 cross-listing sales, and this has been listed for probably a year and a half on all my platforms, and probably a year on Mercari. And this is the Kelly Toy Striped Floppy Bunny Rabbit, lavender, purple bow, and ears, knit 13-inch. Sold for $14 though, and I probably paid $1 for it, so it's sold. And this last one is a Hope for Today Bible by, by Joel and Victoria Austin, red letter edition, 2009. This is just a basic hardcover, and it sold for the $20 you see on the screen. I paid $1.99 for this at a thrift store. So that is everything that, not everything I sold, but a smattering of stuff to share with you this week. I will continue to try and get some other videos out, but again, it's going to be hard for the month of March as I try to transition in life and function. But hopefully I have plans for April to just up my goals a little bit on my business so that I can meet my year-end goals that I set in a previous video. So I'll be upping my goals probably in April for myself, just to really kickstart things into the new year, or not new year, into just a new month, and as sourcing picks up as well. So thank you guys as always for joining me, and thank you if you listened to the beginning. I apologize. It wasn't something I thought I was going to talk about, but I thought it's just something that I'm trying to always be transparent on this channel. So I feel like it's just real life. So I just wanted to talk about real life with you guys. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next one.